So things you're going to look for right off the bat is you can see on his, when they come together, his hooves aren't parallel. And you can kind of see that on both sides. There's kind of a gap in between there. So what you end up doing is taking these hooks off. The other thing, on the underside, you can kind of see some of these ridges in here. So this extra buildup is all things that's going to come off. Also, on his dew claws, they're long. When you pull the toes back, kind of like how they'd be walking, the dew claw should come right in here, kind of below that hairline and that cuticle line a little bit. So those guys will end up needing to come down too. And then while we're down there, we end up working on the pads and making them nice and soft also. The two discs that I like to work with personally is the 8-tooth chainsaw chain disc, and then the green disc that's got the side edge to it. Between these two discs, we can pretty much accomplish everything. So we're going to go ahead and knock off some of this hoof and see if we can't get them down a little bit. The nice thing with the chain disc also is that you can cut in both directions, not just one direction. So you can kind of work it back and forth, and it just takes a little bit off at a time if you keep it nice and flat. The higher the angle you put it, the more it cuts off. So with the pig hooves, I like to kind of keep it lower, so we just take a little bit at a time. That's kind of a rough cut on one. And kind of what we're looking for, you can see this white in here, and you're starting to see some pink, and that's where the depth you're trying to get to. Once you start seeing that pink, you really don't want to go a whole lot further. There you can see right in here is our line again, and that's where we're working down to. So now we kind of got these rough cut a little bit. We're going to take and come back over to the green disc. Take and follow that line around. Lift the inside. Take that hook off of there. Check every now and then, kind of see how you're doing for how parallel they are. The other thing is, he's got a little bit of hook. This inside toe actually comes to the inside more. It's just kind of a genetic thing. It's not really something you can correct too much. You just try to play to the benefit to try to balance the hoof out as much as possible. So you can see here we're pretty parallel, so I'm not going to take a whole lot off the inside anymore. We're just going to work the rest of this edge. We're going to stay off from that white line a little bit and just kind of work the rest of the hook down. On the top here, we're going to work all these ridges off. Come on over to the other toe and do the exact same thing. One thing we're going to do on the inside of this toe is just take some of the ridges off and clean it up. And then finish up the top of this toe. Alright, those are both cleaned up. I'm just going to take and kind of work these down. The dew claws on pigs work for stabilization, so the goal is not to take them as short as they can go, but to get them so that they're flat and give them a little surface for their stability. A little bit more. There we go. And the last thing we end up doing when we're all said and done is you want to take the hoof and let the whole thing press against the palm of your hand, and you want to feel even balance when you press back against it, kind of so you're feeling how they're stepping when they walk, and you want an even balance across it. The other things you can do in this is work on this cuticle line, just take and sand this down a little bit more, and then anytime you see kind of these little almost like tags in here that are hard calluses, all these can actually get cut off or get sanded off also. In the grand scheme of things, when we're all said and done, we got a nice parallel hoof. We've got all the ridges taken off of the top, and those ridges can end up leading to cracks. And on the underside, you can just start to see the pink on here, and you've got all the excess layers worked off. And that's kind of the whole goal of what we're looking for a nice balanced pig hoof.